Well, howdy there, folks. This is episode 3 of Show and Tell. This one's going to be about some bluegrass music. I grew up in the Louisville area in the early 70s, and I was lucky enough we used to go to a place called Redbird Inn, I believe it was, and they had all kinds of bluegrass bands. And my favorite one was Bluegrass Alliance. I really loved them because they just were great. You know, every time they were great. And I've got a few of the records, and we'll show you. But this one right here it's called Kentucky Blue. And what's really cool about this album is I've had it for years and years. I got it from my dad. And if you look on the back there, you know, you got Vince Gill. That's Vince Gill's first album when he was 16. And this fella right here is Lonnie Pierce. And he used to know my grandpa, and we used to go down there to Litchfield at the Fiddlers Convention. Mark O'Connor, Jimmy Mattingly played with Garth Brooks. All of them would be down there fiddling off. And Lonnie would judge the festival. When I was a kid, I used to think he was cool because, you know, obviously, you know, wow, he's on a record, you know, but also too, you know, we would sit down there, he played fiddle really well, and he was friends with my grandpa, so they would stand around, I'd hold my grandpa's hand, and we'd listen to Lonnie talk, and he used to always have a big old belt buckle and polyester pants and a collared shirt, and he's just an interesting guy, and it was cool seeing them play so many times, you know, outdoors in Louisville on the back of a semi truck, you know, along with another band called Bluegrass Saturday Night. It was just early 70s Louisville was popping for bluegrass. I was young. I was born in 67, so, you know, I was watching all this from probably 71 to about 76, 77, 78, around in there was when, you know, when it was all going. But here's another record, Bluegrass Alliance, Tall Grass. It had a song on there called Fox on the Run, and I'd never heard it by anybody but them. And I remember hearing that on the radio in Louisville, and they had, you know, a hit. It's on Bridges label. I don't know when these records come out, but you know, again, you got Chuck Nation, Lonnie Pierce, Steve Maxwell, Dave Carlson, and Garland Shuping. Garland Shuping wrote some songs that people play at bluegrass festivals and jams, and he just had original style. He passed on, sadly, but he was really good, and I was fortunate to see him play. This is another Bluegrass Alliance album I got. This one is, I believe, their first one, and it has Lonnie on it, and but also had Dan Crary, who's a fantastic flat top picker. But this was their first album, and it is great. It's probably it's my favorite one out of all of them. You got a stat, was it? Yeah, East Virginia Blues, Little Sadie, Cold Wind a Blowing. It's Dan Crary, Danny Jones, Lonnie Pierce, Buddy Spurlock, and Ebo Walker. And Ebo Walker, of course, was in Newgrass Revival, and those two bands were integrated, and I believe Newgrass Revival kind of spawned out of that with Courtney Johnson and Ebo Walker. But anyway, yeah, this is a good album. If you can ever find this, to grab it. Yeah, it's on Heritage label, I believe. It's kind of neat looking. Yeah, my Uncle Jerry has the second album somewhere with it. You know, I need to try to find these. Time's just marching on with that kind of stuff. I got what I got, and I know a little something about it, but not much. So if I'm wrong, you know, let me know. But this one's on the Bridges label. I thought that was kind of cool. You know, cool looking record. And that's that Tall Grass. And then this one right here, this Let's see what it looks like on this particular album, if I can get it out. Oh, there it is. And this one has that same kind of, looks like American heritage there. Real light. But that's Bluegrass Alliance. And again, that's Vince Gill, the first album he was ever on, I believe. Yeah. There he is right there, young man. He can sure pick that guitar. And he played mandolin on this, I believe, too. Now, well, he played dobro on it, rhythm guitar, lead guitar. And Al White was the mandolin. And he's got a good one on there called Frodo's Journey. Anyway, that's the Bluegrass Alliance. That's about all the memories I've got of them. I've seen them a bunch in Louisville in the early 70s, and they were really great. And I've come up there in Litchfield, and you know, you'd see them around. Some of them, you know, picking at that Fiddlers Convention that was held at Rough River at the dam for years and years. But anyway, that's y'all have a good day, and that's the I just wanted to show you show and tell my Bluegrass Alliance albums.